Good afternoon and welcome to Follow Your Brush. As you can see, this is not a brush. This is Pam with Follow Your Brush. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and joining me in my adventures. If you follow me already, you know that I call myself a watercolor adventurist. Watercolor is kind of my passion, but along with watercolor comes all kind of things that play into that process. It's all about the process. And part of the process is sketching. I used to not sketch. I sketched. I was disappointed how I sketched, so I gave up sketching. But now I have found a book that I want to recommend to you because sketching, I think, is a vital part of what we do. We all kind of started with this, didn't we? With that pencil. It might have been stubby. It might have been short. It might have been fat. It might not have had an eraser. We had paper with big lines and teachers trying to show us how to hold our pencils and what to do with them and circles and lines. And I taught kindergarten, so I understand that's where we began. Or we may have begun with our beloved crayons. Yes, this is a set of 96 crayons. Don't you love it? I bought this when I was actually an adult. Not even a young adult. I'm technically considered an elderly adult, retired, senior citizen, over the hill, whatever you want to call me. It doesn't matter to me. But yeah, there's something about crayons, and I know that we all began with crayons too. Nothing like a box of crayons. And it's just kind of irresistible to see a box of 96 crayons with a sharpener included and new colors that it just kind of makes your heart sing, doesn't it? But today I want to talk about sketching and pencils. I have realized that in order to really do better with my painting, I need to be able to see shapes and shadows and how to create them and translate what I'm seeing in front of me onto my paper or my canvas. So that has led me not just to my watercolors, which are fun, and a lot of times I do spontaneous paintings, as you've seen. But also, I do need to have an understanding of shapes, shadows, how to see, how to actually create what I'm seeing on my paper and not just from my imagination or what I think I see. Like we paint trees brown, but they're really not brown. If you go look at them, the bark on my trees are green, they're yellow, they have red in them, they have pink, they have purple, there's all kind of things. So learning to adapt and add things to I call it my toolbox, your art toolbox. And I found something this last week that I think is absolutely brilliant, and I wanted to take a minute to come online and introduce it to you. This is a book called This Is Not a Sketchbook, It's an Art Class. One of the things, I love art books. I have tons of them here on my shelf in my studio. And there's one thing about reading or watching a video and seeing someone else do it, and then coming to sit down and then you try it and it's like, what the heck was that? It doesn't even look like a chair. So it becomes, you need to become involved in the process and learn as you go. There's a saying that I used to love when I was teaching kindergarten, and it still applies in everything that we do. And it says, tell me and I'll forget, show me and I may remember, involve me and I'll understand. And that's why I want to introduce you to this book today, because this, I think, is absolutely brilliant. This is by an art instructor named Lauren Horn. And what Lauren has done, and I'm sharing this with her permission. I talked with her this morning via Messenger and asked for her permission to share her book and with all of you, because I think you would just enjoy this immensely. She does exactly that. She doesn't just tell you what to do or show you a sketch. She involves you in her class. She becomes your teacher. What am I talking about? Let me show you. On each page and lesson, or just about each page, she's going to have a QR code such as this, and that will take you to your lesson so that you can introduce yourself to her, or she can introduce herself to you, and you can learn what it's all about. Watch this.
Hi, and welcome to art class. I'm your teacher, Lauren Horn. In 2020, I posted my students' progress from the first day of school to 9 weeks later, and it went viral with over 170,000 views. So the next year I did the same thing, but this time it went even more viral with over 2 million views. I was blown away by the comments. So many people wanted to learn, and so many were shocked to find out that art is a teachable skill, not just something that lucky people are born with. I wanted to teach everyone, and This Is Not a Sketchbook is my answer. In the sketchbook, you're going to find references, work pages, and practice pages. But most importantly, you're going to find your teacher, me, guiding you along. This isn't just a sketchbook, it's an art class. You're going to learn to see like an artist so you can draw anything you want from any angle. In this sketchbook, you're going to have to be willing to outsmart your own brain. Turn to the next page and let's begin to work.
Isn't that brilliant? I just was so impressed that, you know me, I had to contact her immediately. It's just kind of what I do. You know, it's not enough for me to see something. I have to contact people, especially if I love it. And told her I was just so impressed, and I love this idea and this concept. And I asked for her permission to do a video on this today, and she gave it wholeheartedly. And I'm going to give you the link to her website. It's a privately owned and operated, she and her husband and a friend, and they put this together. And you know, we all love to support independent artists, don't we? That's part of our goal as artists as well, is to support one another, and I think this is a great way to do it. In her book, not only are you going to get places to sketch, and she gives you a place to practice. This was my first self-portrait. I know, after studying portraiture, and I know this is a quick sketch. And I wasn't looking at myself. I was just kind of thinking what I might look like, and it may or may not be accurate. Kind of like that one a little better. That was a little faster. But anyway, she gives you a QR code that will help walk you through each step and what you're doing, and then gives you a place to actually do it and work on your own. Again, you're going to learn how to see like an artist. So you're not going to just look at this and think, okay, so what am I looking at? What am I supposed to see? I don't know what I'm seeing. But we're looking for shapes. We're looking for triangles. We're looking for hexagons. We're looking for rectangles. There's another triangle and another triangle. All that comes to play whether you're painting with watercolor, whether you're sketching with a pencil, whether you're doing pastels, whether you're doing oils. One of our goals is to paint those shapes. Look for the shapes. Monet said what he does when he paints, the famous Monet, I don't know him, otherwise, you know, I would have asked him. You know, I would have. But one of his quotes is, I just see shapes and then I paint them. It's not always about the details. It's about the shapes, learning to see like an artist. You paint that shape, and then someone will recognize what it is if you have the shape correctly. And it's not always trusting your brain, because our brain will tell us strange things. There's another one, and I got kind of wonky on this one too. But this one is on sighting, angles, and mapping. And there's another QR code for you. So throughout her book, you are not just sketching and attempting to follow instructions. You have your instructor right there with you. I pay good money to follow my mentors. I pay monthly. I have paid singly for a single course. And in this book right here, you get both. You get both right here in this book. And I just think it's a brilliant idea. And I want to encourage you. Perspective. I've been working on perspective myself this week. Not all these pages are filled because I'm sharing this with my daughter. So I got her a sketchbook so she can play in her own sketchbook. Here's what she's doing. And she is loving this, taking notes as she's listening to the class from the QR code and then following the instructions to the best of her ability where she is right now. That's her self-portrait. And so I want to come on quickly and just recommend this to you. If you like to be involved with the teacher and have the teacher giving you input into what you're trying to do, this is for you. It's not a sketchbook. It's an art class. And I hope that you will take advantage of this. Go and support Lauren Horn and her husband as they have this business together. She's an art teacher in Texas and has 2 small boys. And when I read the last little bit of the bio, it said another one was on the way. I don't know how old that is, so it may have already arrived. Lauren can let us know. But thank you, Lauren, for giving me permission to share this today. And I hope you all will just go to her link and purchase your own copy and strengthen your skills. Go to class, go back to school with Lauren Horn. And this is not a sketchbook, it's an art class. Follow along and see your growth exponentially as you go through this book. Thanks for watching. Pam with Follow Your Brush. Like and subscribe if you desire. I'm not a professional. I'm not making money off of any of this. It's just something I do because I love it. And I love people and I love to share. And thank you for watching, subscribing, and liking, and all those things that we do on the internet. See you next time with Pam with Follow Your Brush. And thank you, Lauren. Bye.